Woo! Good evening, my friends. Holy shit, man. It's great to see you guys. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's fucking doing fantastic. Because I'm doing pretty fucking fantastic, if I'm being honest. I gotta drink coffee because, I'm doing so fucking fantastic that I gotta drink coffee. If you know, you know. I hope everybody's doing well, man. So I honestly, dude, like I just missed you guys. That's it. I just missed you guys. So I'm gonna hang out with you guys a little bit. We're gonna find stuff. We're gonna find Karen Reed stuff on the internet web stuff. We're gonna do that. You guys are amazing. What's up, kindergarten cop? My man Scott is in the house. Fucking love that dude. Hold on a second. Let me find stuff because listen, bro, a lot of shit's been going down. Aiden fucking pled the fifth. He pled the fifth. I love that shit. Like, fuck you. I'm not talking. Fuck you. I have the right to not talk, so I'm not going to talk. Eat it. I love that shit. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of the fact that Karen Reed's defense team is made up of the most dopest fucking people that I've ever met. Easily. They're amazing. I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you, man. Yo, one day after the trial's over, I'll share some pics with you guys. But let me tell you this. Let me tell you this real quick. Bob Alessi is the dopest motherfucker alive. Like he just is. He just is. Bob Alessi is the dopest motherfucker alive. Easily. Like, and it's hard to say because like he's surrounded by the other dopest motherfuckers alive. I have to put him up there on top. Sorry, Alan. Sorry, David. Sorry, Liza. Sorry. Sorry, Victoria. Bob Alessi is the dopest motherfucker alive. He just is. He just is. You guys even know it. You guys know it. You guys know that shit. In Lyman, Pickets, thank you so much. Bob Alessi is the dopest. Yes, he absolutely fucking is. He absolutely fucking is. Yeah. And my girl Dina is in the chat right now. And I got to see her. Man, I'm really glad that I got to hang out with Dina. And Olivia's in the chat. Oh shit. Okay. Listen, I don't have shit to fucking tell you guys. I honestly don't. Because like I was hanging out with them and I can't talk about anything that I overheard reluctantly because I didn't want to hear anything in regards to the case. I don't want to do that. No. I don't do that. Okay. So when they start talking, I'm like, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. And when we were having lunch, there was this little room that we had lunch in, and there was a doorway, and this doorway came equipped with magic. That doorway, like, it wipes my memory. I don't even know what the fuck was said. I have no fucking idea what the fuck was said. I have no clue. Okay. But people, type of one if you're passionate about this case. Type of one if you believe Karen Reed is innocent and you're passionate about this case. Do that right now. Do that right now. Hear my coffee brewing? Yeah. Now, what I want you to do is type a one if you've ever heard of Annie Elise from 10 to Life. Type a one. So, guess what? Me and Annie go way back. We're homies. And check it out. Like, we're about to. Me and her. Yeah. Me and Annie Elise are going to we're gonna collab on this, and yeah, we're about to wreck this shit. That's what's about to happen. Okay. So just so you know, hold on, give me 1 second here. Okay, coffee, thank you. Okay, coffee, thank you. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I know. You guys are like, what the fuck, Lara? Shut up. Shut up. Quit your crying. Do I have to be a member for this? Why is the Aiden shit members only? That's such bullshit. Fuck you. Stop it. All right, let's watch. Let's watch what these assholes have to say. Wait. What just happened? What is happening right now? I don't understand what's happening right now. I have no fucking idea what's happening right now. Hold on.
Oh, here we go.
I think we got a super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat. Super cat. Super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat.
How dare you?
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Oh my god. PTSD healer. Okay. I need a dance for this collaboration, and you just got it. I love you. Thank you so much. Oh my god. Hold on. Let's watch this bullshit. Let's watch this bullshit real quick. Because anything that's not going to come from me or Annie or Aiden or, the other channels that we already love is bullshit. It's going to be bullshit. Just know that. Just fucking know that. Let's watch some of that bullshit right now.
It was the most divisive trial of 2024, a case that caused confrontations inside of the courtroom, outside the courthouse, and all over social media. Karen Reed is accused of
course, Melanie Little too. We love Melanie Little. Stop it.
Running over her Boston police officer boyfriend, John O'Keefe, on purpose. Prosecutors charged her with second-degree murder, but Karen Reed has asserted her innocence, alleging a concerted effort by law enforcement to frame her. She contends O'Keefe was fatally injured inside a residence where his body was located, and authorities manipulated evidence to implicate her. Her first trial ended in a mistrial, with the jury unable to reach a unanimous verdict. Now, a new jury has been seated, and the prosecution, the defense, and the public are anticipating the start of the retrial of the century.
Good evening and welcome to Closing Arguments. I'm Julia Janae, filling in for Vinnie Politan. It was almost exactly 1 year ago that those opening statements began in Karen.
She's filling in for Vinnie? Is he sick? What's going on, Vinnie? We miss you, buddy. We miss you.
Reed's first trial. You remember it. You probably watched it right here on Court TV, where prosecutor Adam Lawley laid out why the Commonwealth believed that Karen Reed committed second-degree murder when she backed her SUV into her boyfriend, who was a Boston police officer, John O'Keefe. And they also said that she drove away while he was in the snow, that she left him there to die. And when it was time for the defense to start, David Yannetti delivered those memorable first words.
He left him there to die.
To the opening. Karen Reed was framed, pointing the blame not at just the authorities who investigated this case, but individuals, off-duty officers who were inside of the 34 Fairview home that night. They also alleged that there was a cover-up from the investigators that were working this case. And this is a trial that ended up dividing a community. It was underway, and after 2 months of testimony, followed by closing arguments, the jury had this.
Okay, Court TV, you need to knock that shit off already, okay? The community is not fucking divided. The community fucking knows that Karen Reed is factually fucking innocent. Stop it. Stop it right now. The community is not divided. There's just a couple of loud assholes who won't shut the fuck up. Okay? And they're idiots, by the way. They're fucking morons. You have to be fucking stupid to think that Karen Reed is guilty at this point. Like, at this point, with all the information, with everything that we know, you have to be fucking stupid to think that Karen Reed is guilty of this crime. Stop it, Court TV.
This case. It took them 25 hours to deliberate and ultimately, after several notes, come back to Judge Beverly Cannoni and say they could not reach a unanimous decision on all of those counts. So what happened? It ended in a mistrial, hung jury.
Okay, I see people asking for Cherry. Cherry's coming back, I promise. Okay, Cherry just needed a minute, but she's coming back. I promise. Cherry's coming back. Chill. I promise.
Jury. And now we're at it again. Just under 12 months later, we have now a new jury selected in the Karen Reed retrial. And while at the core, the facts remain the same in this case, a lot has changed. There's a new prosecutor leading the Commonwealth. There's a former juror that has joined the defense team this time around, and Karen Reed has been speaking out a lot. So what will it all mean for trial number 2? We have someone joining us now who has all of the latest, someone who keeps us on our toes for what's happening in Dedham, Massachusetts. Crime and justice correspondent Matt Johnson is with us. Matt, tell us about this jury.
This fucking guy.
You've got a new one, and
I mean, listen, I don't have any beef with this guy at all. I kind of like him actually. But he fucking, like, you know, the whole thing with him is like he asked Bill Reed some stupid ass question that pissed me off. That's my only beef with this guy, but he's all right.
Opening statement starting soon.
Julia, good evening. So this is a big day. I mean, this is the day that we've waited for, and the biggest day in this retrial, leading up to opening statements that are going to happen here at the courthouse behind me in Dedham, Massachusetts, 1 week from today. So more than 2,000 people in this community received those jury notifications. More than 600 people filed through this courthouse over the past 3 weeks. It took 10 days to seat this jury. And now we finally have the jury for the retrial. 18 people will be sworn in come Tuesday. Of those, the breakdown split right in the middle. Look at your screen. 9 men and 9 women. That includes all the alternates that will hear the case evidence. We'll hear who they are at the end of this process. Again, they'll be sworn in on Tuesday ahead of opening statements, after Easter and after the Boston Marathon, which is also on Patriots Day next Monday. Karen Reed, we asked her thoughts on the jury selection process and the jury that's seated. Take a listen to this. Karen, how do you feel about the jury being seated?
Stay. I'm pleased. We're loaded for bear, ready to get the show on the road. And
Wait.
Please, we're loaded for bear, ready to get the show on the road.
Who's that handsome devil right there? Who's that beautiful motherfucker right there?
And we're happy with the whole process today.
Karen, how do you feel about Hank Brennan planning to use your interviews in his opening statement?
Come at me.
That's what your dad
I may have seen it. I would not have said anything that I wouldn't say again.
Are you pleased to have more time than openings Tuesday? Did you guys originally hoping to get more time?
We're ready right now.
Are you happy with these jurors, these 9 men and 9
Very
women?
pleased.
You've seen them
Absolutely.
up
Yep.
close,
And I
what do
believe
you
they're
think about them?
truthful and
I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of like, yo, move the fuck out of the way so I can go.
they were questioned thoroughly. So I have confidence in that.
How will you be spending the weekend?
Do you think you might testify this time?
There'll be no
comment.
Are you feeling
confident about your case?
Always.
And any strategy you want to share?
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
Karen Reed and her defense team telling us that they feel very confident and happy with the 18 men and women that'll be hearing the case evidence. But remember,
Oh, here we go.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad.
How dare you?
Plot twisting pending. Thank you so much. You look like a federal agent with those glasses. No, I mean, I probably have the same qualifications as fucking Higgy, but you know, whatever.
it's a very different mood out here in front of the courthouse, Julia, because Karen Reed, the defendant in all of this, is the only one that can speak on camera currently, because both prosecution and the defense team, all the attorneys involved in all of this, they remain under gag order.
Yeah, and that talking on camera is something that's actually going to be used against her in this case for those opening statements. Is there anything else that we...
All right, stop. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Okay. You know, Karen Reed, she likes to talk to the media, but why the fuck wouldn't she? If a guilty person might have an issue, and guilty lawyers of a guilty person might have an issue with her talking to the press, but I can tell you right now, they're like, okay. Okay. I can tell you right now that Karen Reed has nothing to hide. I can tell you this for a fact. She has nothing to hide. Nothing to hide. She's speaking to the media because the world needs to know that she's innocent. That's it. Period. Point blank. Period. Full stop.
that we can expect in those openings a week from today?
Right. So you said it right there, right? We are approaching this retrial of the century. And
nobody blocked Plevin. Let Plevin hear. He's okay. Let Plevin. Maybe he'll learn something.
It's going to be a very different trial than what we saw this time last year. And we begin with those opening statements. So right away, there's new attorneys on both sides. We have the special prosecutor, Hank Brennan. We also have additional attorneys on the defense side. Last year, it was a face-off between Yannetti and Adam Lally, the ADA. This year, Hank Brennan, the special prosecutor now on the case, and Alan Jackson, defense attorney, they're going to deliver the opening statements. And the Commonwealth is planning to show some of the new evidence in this case that'll be before the jury right out the gate. They plan to show clips of Karen Reed speaking on camera and to the media.
Now, I wonder, because I remember in trial one, Adam Lally would not walk in front. I mean, now that there's this buffer zone, which is bullshit, by the way. Fuck that buffer zone, by the way. Fuck that buffer zone. I'm not saying to violate it. I'm saying it sucks. That's all I'm saying. It sucks. That fucking buffer zone sucks. I was there. I saw it. Those of you who are members and saw the members only stream that I did about it, from it, it's terrible. And Dina was right there. Yeah. Dina is, let me tell you guys something right now. Okay. Dina is one of the dopest fucking human beings I ever met in my life. Okay. I want you guys to know that shit. Dina is one of the dopest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life. Okay. So just know that shit. Just know that shit.
To various interviews and outlets. They filed this motion earlier, and it reads this in part. The Commonwealth notifies the court that it intends to introduce recorded statements of the defendant in its opening statements. Commonwealth also intends to play interview clips during the trial of this defendant, Karen Reed, and also her father, Bill Reed. He's done a number of interviews. Those could be played. He's on the witness list. Now, outside the courthouse, we asked him his thoughts and if he regrets making those statements. Take a listen.
Mr. Reed, you mentioned that this case is national now.
Yes.
Today, prosecutors filed a notice that they plan to use your daughter's statements as evidence against her.
All right. So just so you guys know, all right. Just so you guys know, okay. Janet Reed has officially adopted me as a Reed son. Okay. Saturday night, we were hanging out, you know, and she was like, can I adopt you? Is what she said. And I was like, fuck yeah, you can. Fuck yeah. But it's weird because like I feel like Bill is kind of like but no. Me and Bill are tight. I love Bill. But yeah. So I have officially been adopted by Janet Reed. Just so you know. Okay. Just so you know.
And your interviews as well. How does that make you feel?
Come at me. I live by the truth. I answer to a higher maker.
This motherfucker just said that to the world, bro. This is why I fucking love the Reeds. Hold on. We got to hear that one more time.
Plan to use your daughter's statement.
It's making those statements. Take a listen.
Mr. Reed, you mentioned that this case is national now.
Yes.
Today, prosecutors filed a notice that they plan to use your daughter's statements as evidence against her and your interviews as well. How does that make you feel?
Come at me. I live by the truth. I answer to a higher maker.
That's fucking right. Now, in case you guys are wondering, what motivates me? What motivates me? I answer to a higher truth. I answer to a maker. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if my channel tanks. I don't give a fuck about it. Okay? This fight is everything. And I am 150% fucking invested in it. Understand that. Understand that. Okay? Moving forward, fucking understand it.
I'll tell the entire truth. And there's nothing we are hiding in the Reed family.
And that's the same exact statement, if you recall, that Karen Reed, the defendant in all of this, gave us on the courthouse steps there when she was asked that very same question. One of the reporters said, "Hey, did you listen to your dad's answers?" And she said, "I may have."
Oh,
Julia?
Maybe they're sharing notes, Matt. I don't know. The way Karen Reed said it, though, it came across, come at me, bro, with her statement. Okay, so you asked the question. I don't think you got an answer from her on what she's going to do over the weekend because she's got a week until opening statements. But I understand that there is a hearing before we actually get to opening statements.
Yeah, there's a long process, even though it's 1 week away. And Karen Reed, to answer your question there.
Wait. Hold on a second. Robin G gifted 5 fucking memberships, dude. People, Robin G gifted 5 memberships. Y'all think I forgot? Y'all think I forgot? Thank you, Robin G. We love you. So much love. So much love.
There, she told me in the courthouse when we were going through security together, I asked her what she planned to do over the weekend, and she said that she's going to pray a lot and they plan to go to church for Easter services. She's Catholic. And now going back to your other question, tomorrow there's a big hearing, and we don't know exactly what is going to be argued, but all attorneys are required to be back here tomorrow. And some of the outlying things, the themes that haven't really been discussed in front of Judge Beverly Cannoni yet include what exactly can be played in opening statements of those interview clips. We could hear about that because that's very pertinent right now as we head into the weekend. And then also whether or not the text messages between Aiden Carney, known as Turtle Boy, a blogger, and Karen Reed, if those can come in as case evidence in her trial. Remember, he's being charged for witness intimidation.
Wait. I have an official statement from Aiden Carney, aka Turtle Boy. I have an official statement from him. Hold on a second. Let me find it. Hold on. Here we go. Got it. Hold on.
I have a secret document that I think you need to say.
Fucking love that shit.
I have a secret document that I think you need to say.
It's a separate case. She's not charged in that, but the judge in his case is allowing that to be passed over to Special Prosecutor Hank Brennan. Hank Brennan now needs to ask Judge Beverly Cannoni if he can introduce it in as case evidence for consciousness of guilt when we're at that stage of the trial. So all of that needs to be ironed out, and whether or not this new jury will be allowed to hear what happened after trial number one. What am I talking about? Well, the allegations of Trooper Proctor and what led to his firing, and also can they hear about the other law enforcement agencies and the other law enforcement personnel that were also disciplined that were part of the investigation. There's at least 3. So
I love how this... I love how homie's just like trying to watch his words and shit. It's so funny to me, dude. Like, fuck all that. I'm way past that shit. I'm way past that shit. Hold on. Oh my God, the Goodmans. I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you, the Goodmans.
We're going to have to hear whether or not the defense can put that into evidence and before this jury.
So many details still to be ironed out, but Matt Johnson on the ground there with the big news of the day in the Karen Reed trial. We have a jury. Matt, thank you for everything. Let's bring in another group of people who have all the answers in this case. Joining us from Massachusetts, our Karen Reed Insiders panel. We have trial.
Now, I can tell you this, guys. I was very, very close to this defense team the last couple of days, and I can tell you this. I can't tell you what I heard. I can tell you this. They're very, very optimistic. They are very, very, very confident because the truth is on their side. Period. The truth is on their side. Okay? Don't worry. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay.
Trial attorney Wayne Dennison with us, criminal defense attorney Joseph Krowski Jr., Karen Reed supporter Nick Rocco, and author of the book Storm of Suspicion, The Karen Reed Trials, Kevin Lenahan with us as well. Great to see you all this Tuesday evening. Wayne, let me start with you. Karen Reed says, come at me when it comes to this use of her statements, but I'm really wondering how you feel about the use of someone's media interviews post a first verdict against them in an opening statement. I mean, she's not admitting guilt in any of these interviews.
It's a remarkable set of circumstances where a criminal...
Okay, listen. Before any of these assholes talk, I got to tell you, if you are talking in terms of Karen Reed maybe being guilty, you're fucking retarded. Stop. You're dumb. Stop. Like check yourself. Seriously. Fucking check yourself. Like, how in the I don't understand how anybody has the audacity to even explore that shit at this point. I mean, all right, explore it. Okay, explore it. Fine. Okay, but like, if you go on a channel like Court TV and start fucking talking about like, oh, you're fucking retarded. Stop it. She's innocent. Clearly innocent. This is a sham. This is a fucking sham.
Criminal defendant decides to go on a media blitz and talk to everybody who will listen to her about what she thinks of the case. And there are some things that she said.
Here we go.
I think we got a super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat. Super cat. Super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat.
How dare you? How dare you? Drea, thank you so much. Just a small gesture for pre-gym coffee. Let's fucking go. I agree 100%. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
And over the course of that, of her media interviews, that actually do play into the prosecutor's claims against her. So I think that those claims are going to come in, those statements are going to come in, and, you know, she's the defendant here. These are statements against her interest.
Okay, are you guys following Olivia on Twitter X? Okay, I don't know if you are, but you should be. I think she's under Olivia Lambeau on Twitter X, but you need to be following Olivia because she's fucking amazing. She might be in the running for my favorite person in the fucking world. No, she's totally in the running. She's totally in the running.
And I cannot see that Judge Cannoni would limit the ability of the prosecution to play them.
Joseph, do you think we have enough jurors to get us through this process? Judge Cannoni deciding to have 9 men, 9 women. Of course, only 12 are going to deliberate. But what do you think about the breakdown and what we know so far about them?
So, look, typically in Massachusetts in Superior Court cases, we sit 4 alternates. So the fact that Judge Cannoni has sat 18 jurors, 6 alternates that went through a very intensive screening out process, I think we've got enough. I think these jurors know the commitment that they're in for. The length of trial was forecast. And look, what can you say? Split right down the middle. 9 women and 9 men. I don't really know how the gender plays into this case and how people are going to view how these jurors are going to view this evidence. It's going to be a much different trial than the last trial. And I think that come at me certainly was a little bit of calculated bravado. One of the things that I think where the government missed the mark on the first case was not.
Dude, this guy's so got gas, bro. Like if you've got gas, don't fucking do interviews, bro. Don't go on Court TV if you got gas.
Presenting the statements of the defendant herself to the jury. Now there were unused statements in the first trial, but trial number 2, there's additional statements. The reason we don't see it a lot is because usually defendants avail themselves of that constitutional right to remain silent. There was a concerted effort and a strategy here to get her story out.
I mean, dude, it's about having class, bro. You know? Like, it's about having class. You don't have enough class to not fucking, you know, get your fucking farts out before you go on Court TV, dude. Get your farts out before you go on Court TV. What is wrong with you, dude? What is wrong with you? Come on, man. You can do better than that. You can do better. We believe in you. We all believe. There's 1,000 people in here that believe in you. Okay?
Out. And I think that she might end up regretting that decision despite her comments made in front of the
Stop.
courthouse today.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of bravado in that statement, and from her father. Curious as to how much of his interviews are going to be used in this trial if the judge admits them. Nick, you've got your finger to the pulse of Karen Reed supporters as they're getting ready. We don't see
This guy's gas is just too much. I need you to stop, bro.
them. We're seeing video now from prior trials out in front of the courthouse, and normally we'd see them closer to the courthouse. Tell me about the latest with the buffer zone and whether or not you think supporters are more hopeful going into this retrial than the first trial.
So on one of the ends of the buffer zone, I believe it's now 300 feet. It's a little bit past the church. They did.
Now, people, we love Nick Rocco. Don't we love Nick Rocco? We love Nick Rocco. We do.
Put some signage up that states where the buffer zone is. You're allowed to walk through it to get to the other side, but you can't have any pink on. You can't have any signs. People are still out there. She still has the same support, if not more than that she had in the first trial. It's very early. I think a lot of people are anticipating opening statements, and I think you're going to see a larger crowd outside on Tuesday when they do opening statements.
Dude, I'm so glad that I'm not the drunk I used to be, dude, because like I would have totally fucking booty danced with the fucking Stadies. I would have totally booty danced with him. I would have been like, yo, come on, homie. Woo! But I couldn't.
Statements, but the support hasn't ended. And I only believe it's going to grow bigger for her.
After Patriots Day, after the Boston Marathon there in the area, they're all going to be showing up for those opening statements on Tuesday. We'll, of course, be there.
Okay, thank you for that little segue, because people, I will be doing another 12-hour stream. And I will be doing another 12-hour stream come Easter. Okay? I have not planned this shit very well at all, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it. It's fucking happening. Okay. Easter. It's happening. Easter fucking stream. It's happening. 12 hours, bitches. 12 fucking hours. Okay.
Court TV, cameras inside. Kevin, there are a lot of changes, but it does seem like in this trial, there are more changes to the prosecution's case. It's arguable one way or the other. There's a lot of changes on both sides. But what change do you think is going to be the most positive for prosecutors trying to get a verdict of guilty?
Well, it's hard to predict what we don't know. We know the state managed to get 8 gigabytes of new data, new vehicle data. We don't know what's in that. There's been indications of time and location, possibility that we know exactly what time John got out of the car. Supposedly he got out of the car at 12:31.
My name's Plevin and I'm fucking retarded. Okay, stop it. Stop it. Don't compare me to Jesus. Don't do that.
And we know that that's when the seatbelt was released. I think that was mentioned in a hearing. And if that proves to be accurate, that's powerful, because at 12:32 and a few seconds after that, John moved for the very last time. So it's powerful evidence. I think the biggest difference still we're going to see is just in a much more focused strategy where you go after the nuts and bolts evidence, which is incredibly powerful here. The physical pieces.
The nuts and bolts. I love how they were like, let's show the video of her backing into John's SUV. I love that shit. Oh my God.
Oh, here we go.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad. How dare you?
Oh my God. On top, XX. Okay. Woo! Here we go. Always got your 6 trust. I don't even know what the fuck that means, but that's awesome. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate you. Oh my God. Wait.
Oh, here we go.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 think we got a super chat.
How dare you?
And the $20 correction, the $20 correction. Thank you so much on top for that. Yes, corrections cost $20. Just saying. Just saying. Corrections cost $20. Just saying. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Pieces found in a debris field and at the house that belonged to the Lexus. The timeline that shows there was no time or no opportunity to get to that Lexus during the day, that planted 3 feet down in the snow. The vehicle data, the GPS data that shows that John never went in the house, the tiny pieces of taillight plastic that were found laced into John's clothing, and the DNA. It's going to be a more focused strategy.
We're going to talk about that strategy. We do have to get to a break, though. The think tank is staying with us. We're going to look at what prosecutors say happened the night John O'Keefe died, give you a preview of what we expect to see on OPE about that strategy.
Into John's clothing.
Bro, why did they have so many goddamn people on this panel and only fucking Plevin fucking talked? What the fuck is going on? At least Nick Rocco got a minute there, but
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat.
How dare
you? Flamingo Chicky, glad you're back on air. Right on. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh my God. What is happening right now?
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat.
I think super chat. Super chat. Super chat.
I think we got a super chat.
How dare you?
Plot twist pending. Thank you so much. If John got, okay, let's read this. If John got out of the car at 12:31, it's not possible Karen went back by 12:36, especially during a snowstorm. Yet her phone connected to the home Wi-Fi exactly at 12:36. The timeline doesn't add up exactly. Thank you so much, plot twist pending. Thank you. Absolutely correct. You're absolutely right. Forrest Dump. You win handle of the day, by the way. You do. You win handle by the. I mean, sometimes the simplicity is just, you know. Thank you, Forrest Dump.
And the DNA. It's going to be a more focused strategy.
We're going to talk about that strategy. We do have to get to a break, though. The think tank is staying with us. We're going to look at what prosecutors say happened the night John O'Keefe died, give you a preview of what we expect to see on opening statements.
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat.
How dare you?
The turtle, you know, thank you so much. Let me take 2 shits shaped like Massachusetts on T-Bev's chest, please. Stop it. Okay, you can't do that, dude. Okay, stop. All right, the turtle, you know, there's no Massachusetts steamers allowed. Okay, stop it. Calm down. No Massachusetts steamers. We're not there yet. We're not fucking there yet, bro. Knock it off. Knock it off.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat.
How dare you?
Rhonda Hinkley, thank you so much. Thanks for all you do, Will. Free Karen Reed. Absolutely. 100%. Free Karen Reed. Hello. Talk.
It's on Tuesday, coming up in a week. But plus, here's a preview of what's coming up in the next hour here on Vinnie Politan Investigates.
Tonight on Vinnie Politan Investigates, doomsday cult mom and convicted killer Lori Vallow Daybell now representing herself in the trial of her fourth husband Charles Vallow's murder. He was shot and killed by Lori's brother Alex after an altercation. But did Lori instigate the fight? We investigate.
Daybell, already convicted for the murders of her children.
Doomsday cult mom is now lawyer Lori. She's
fuck. No one gives a fuck. But I'm still gonna cover Lori Daybell because I love that she's representing herself. It's fantastic.
Representing herself
on charges of conspiring to murder her fourth husband.
She said, I can murder you now.
She really thinks she's equipped to try this case.
She appears very sure of herself. I have real trial experience.
It's going to be a strange trial. We'll see how it plays out.
The Cult Mom Conspiracy Trial. Live coverage weekday mornings. Only on Court TV.
I did notice something out of the ordinary, like a black blob in the grounds by the flagpole.
Karen brings us to the back
I noticed a black blob
of the car, and she says, look, see, I have a cracked taillight.
And where on the vehicle was
so, dead cops are just black blobs. Got it.
she directing yourself and Miss Roberts' attention?
The back right.
So passenger side, rear part of the vehicle?
Yes.
And when you looked at that area of the vehicle, what could you see at that?
I saw that there were missing pieces, but there was also snow covering it.
The only response that we...
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
I think we got a super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat. Super cat. Super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat.
How dare you? Hold on. Cheryl with an S. Look, it's us. So nice to meet you. Free Karen Reed. Yes. I met Cheryl with an S in Dedham, and she's super cool. Thank you so much. Decline. Thank you so much. Just look how many people are going to have to eat their words. Total embarrassment. Free Karen Reed. Agreed. Yeah, it's fun shit. Jim Jerry Gunn. Margaret out to spot on again with their latest Glare. Great to see you in Boston. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yes. I'm going to, maybe I'll go over the microdots video, the latest one. How long has it been? Because I don't want to, you know what I mean? I want to take views away from them. But if you promise to like the video when I drop it, when I play it, if you promise to like it, I'll play it. You guys promise? Do you guys promise? You better promise.
I was personally given was just, I hit him. Oh my God, I hit him.
But I can tell you today with 100% clarity, she said, I hit him.
She said with 100% clarity, 100% clarity. But I don't remember if I made a Google search for how long to die in the fucking cold. I'm not sure if I did that. Wait, no, I didn't. Wait. You're done, son. Okay. I'm the new fucking golf guy. Okay. I'm the new Sean on the golf. Okay. You're done, Jen McCabe. You're done. Okay, you're done. Oh my goodness. Hold on. On top, thank you so much. A is Mary, Date Slay, Jen, M, Bev, or Jody. Here we go. Okay, yeah. Okay. I guess you want the song. Got it.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
I think we got a super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat. Super cat. Super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat.
How dare you? Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And thank you to Aqua E, member for a month. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Those are some of the witnesses who testified against Karen Read in the first trial. And no doubt we'll hear most or all of them at this second trial. But what those witnesses say sometimes doesn't always line up with the other.
Give
so
us
what do
fucking
prosecutors say
McDonough.
about the physical evidence in this case? Court TV field reporter Cody Thomas is breaking it down.
Let's take another look at the crime scene and what the prosecution says happened leading up to John O'Keefe's death.
Breaking it
And
down,
what we're
bro.
looking at right here, right now, is the
Forrest
Albert
Gump.
home, the home of the Alberts, where the
Forrest Dump, thank you so much. Why is no one in chat talking article jury fuckery? Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay. Thank you.
Possibility that we know exactly what time John got out of the car. Supposedly, he got out of the car at 12:31. And
She appears very sure of herself.
The only response that altercation, according to prosecutors, took place. And it's also where John O'Keefe's body was eventually found after midnight in January of 2022, somewhere in this area. Now, of course, if he was found right here, as prosecutors allege, there was taillight evidence, there was blood evidence, and evidence of the cocktail glass that prosecutors allege that Karen Read had at the time of
I love how they talk about how there was blood evidence, but they don't talk about the 3 fucking liters of blood that are missing. Oops. I love that. I love that shit. Way to go, Court TV. Keep going. I love it.
of O'Keefe's death at the time that they say she backed into him. But let's advance the video just a little bit more to get a fuller scope of the street view of the Albert home. So let's pause it right here. And again, to give more reference, near this flagpole is where prosecutors allege that his body was found. But what's important to note about this, as we look at this street, they say that Karen Read would have had to reverse from this way right here at approximately 22 miles an hour to hit John O'Keefe with enough force.
No, Court TV, when are you going to fucking learn, bro? When are you going to fucking learn? Seriously, like, when are you going to learn? Like, this is a clear-cut case of an innocent woman. Period. That's it. Like, this isn't like, oh my God, I don't know if she's innocent or guilty. Dude, she's clearly innocent. You look stupid, Court TV. You look stupid entertaining the idea that she might be guilty. You look fucking stupid. Stop it. Stop. Seriously, fucking stop.
To kill him and eventually throw him over into this snow, into this ditch. So 22 miles an hour from this way, hitting John O'Keefe at some point in this area for him to be found right here after midnight on that night. So this is all what happened at the Albert home. Let's move a little forward to what Karen Read was doing that night before her and O'Keefe got back to the Albert home, the evidence of her drinking that night. So we see her here. Let's pause the video. We see her sitting here. We see John O'Keefe here and everyone else that was allegedly involved in what she claims to be a cover-up. But important to note, right here.
Okay, stop. Wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. What is fucking going on here? Okay, Court TV, dude. You guys are killing me, bro. You guys are fucking killing me right now. You guys are. I'm so sorry, folks. The stupidity got to me. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Okay, so wait. This dude is saying what? Is he saying that there's a wait. I don't understand. Let me rewind this.
Drinking. What happened at the Albert? He found this ditch. So to kill him and eventually throw him over into this snow, into this ditch. So 22 miles.
What ditch? What ditch are you talking about, bro? Like, where's the ditch? Stop it. Where is the ditch? Where's the ditch? I don't understand.
Miles an hour from this way, hitting John O'Keefe at some point in this area for him to be found right here after midnight on that night. So this is all what happened at the Albert home. Let's move a little forward to what Karen Reed was doing that night before her and O'Keefe got back to the Albert home, the evidence of her drinking that night. So we see her here. Let's pause the video. We see her sitting here. We see John O'Keefe here and everyone else that was allegedly involved in what she claims to
Olivia, stop it.
Be a cover-up. But
I love Olivia so much. Like she's like super professional, like on Twitter, but when she gets in my chat, she's like, fuck you. I love that.
To where?
Hold on.
Lex is going down the street in this area. And again, another traffic camera catches her right here. Let's pause it. Right here, just in case you couldn't see. High beams on, coming down the road in the area. Now, another important thing to note, we can go back to the Albert home, back to where John O'Keefe was found, because we want to talk about and see where the plastic was found in the snow, that plastic evidence that it was found in the area where John O'Keefe was found. Now, again, blood evidence, plastic, glass, but let's take a look at some of that plastic that was found in the snow by police.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's take a look at some of that fucking plastic, guy.
The plastic fragments from Karen Reed's taillight. Let's pause it right here.
Yeah.
So we see this, we see a little red piece of plastic right there. We see a little red right there, faint. Now, authorities say they took some of these pieces, put them all together for a bigger piece to eventually fill.
I love how this dude is acting like that shit is evidence, because it's not. It's fucking not. Like, listen, it's evidence that she was framed. It's evidence of that, because why in the fuck didn't they find that evidence immediately? Why did it take? Why was it buried under the snow? Well, because it was snowing, Glare. No. Stop. They used a fucking leaf blower, dude. Like, they used a leaf blower. Like, why didn't they find this with the leaf blower? I find that amazing. Why didn't they find this evidence with the leaf blower?
Fill in a big hole in the back of Karen Reed's SUV right here. Let's pause it right there. On her passenger side taillight of that black Lexus that we just viewed on the traffic cams.
That taillight, it's a pretty controversial piece of evidence, and it's arguably as strong for the prosecution as it is.
I love that shit. I love that shit. That woman just said that shit with a fucking straight face, bro. It's obviously a strong piece of evidence for the fact. No, dude. No, it's not. It's a strong piece of evidence for the defense because it was fucking planted. More evidence, more facts point towards that being planted than it just being there.
As it is for the defense, because they dispute how it ended up in the snow. Still with us in Massachusetts, we have our Karen Reed Insiders panel with us: Wayne Dennison, Joseph Krowski Jr., Nick Rocco, and Kevin Lenahan. Joseph Krowski Jr., let me start with you. This taillight.
I love how they act like Karen Reed is part of the fucking panel here just to like get clicks. I love that shit. By the way, only YouTuber who ever had Karen Reed on right here, just so you know. Only one. Okay? Only one.
Light. The prosecution, do you think this time around, with the new special prosecutors going to be doing the opening and going to be handling a lot of the examination in this case, do you think they are going to present the taillight evidence differently this time around?
Well, I think the entire prosecution is going to be presented differently. This is a data-driven case. The evidence, the forensic evidence, is not only...
That shit's my favorite. That shit is my favorite. When dickheads like this go, it's data-driven. It's data-driven. Yeah, it's fucking data-driven. What's up, Kelly Reed? It's good to see you. It's data-driven. You gotta follow the data. I love that shit. I love when dickheads like this and Plevin go, the data-driven. It's data-driven. Yes, follow the data. I invite you to follow the data. Hold on a second, real quick. Here, hold on. Okay, I'm dropping a link in the chat. This has all the information you need on this case. All of it. Okay? Fucking all of it. So, yeah. If you're looking for data to make an opinion on this case, click on that link and follow the evidence.
Only sufficient, it's ample and abundant. In the first trial, some of that got lost because the Commonwealth, in my opinion, chased the conspiracy theory and tried to get too out in front of it rather than just focusing on the essential elements of the crimes charged. Look, Karen Reed was the last person seen with John O'Keefe. There is direct evidence and circumstantial evidence of John O'Keefe getting into her car, driving to that scene. I
love that. Yeah. Yeah. John O'Keefe definitely left that. She left the Waterfall Bar and Grill with Boston Police Officer John O'Keefe. She did. The problem with that, though, is they're not talking about the fact that Brian Higgins was very aggressive in the security footage of the Waterfall Bar and Grill. And he went to the house and he texted John O'Keefe, "Are you coming?" Nobody talks about that. Why doesn't anyone talk about that? I love that. Why won't Court TV fucking talk about that?
It's not just a theory. The tech stream data has her backing up 60 feet at approximately 24 miles an hour, right in close proximity to where John O'Keefe was.
Yo, my man has taken a minute from YouTube, and I get it. And if you miss Mazza Media, make sure to follow him on Twitter or X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But make sure to do that, okay? Because Mazza is my dude.
Was found, to where fragments from her taillight were found, to where pieces of shattered glass were found, to where a sneaker was found, to where his body and some droplets of blood were found. The taillight there is captured in video surveillance throughout that morning, all clearly depicting a damaged taillight. Also corroborated by her statements that really didn't fit what was going on, telling Jennifer McCabe and Kerry Roberts that she had damaged the taillight, but was unclear how she did it. And that's where the statements come in, including the statement from her father where she said she thinks she hit something. That taillight's a compelling piece of evidence. And if you listen to the juror...
Yeah, she hit John O'Keefe's car, bro. Stop it.
That was on Court TV before. They didn't buy the argument it was planted. If you don't believe that taillight was planted, the second charge, the OUI manslaughter, is essentially over. They've got everything they need there, including now her filling in the blanks with her statements. You might remember with some of the statements she has now said she admits to drinking to such an extent and level where her judgment was impaired. One of the essential elements of the crime charge, the OUI manslaughter charge. So yeah, that's going to remain a focal point.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about the drinking, but I want to stick with the taillight and ask you this, Nick. When it comes to why the taillight is important, Joseph really laid out what the prosecution says happened with this taillight, but in terms of what the defense is doing with this taillight, they use it as something completely different. With the problems in this case, in terms of what supporters who believe in what Karen Reed has said about this, where do they rank the taillight? Is this high on the list of problems with this case, or is it more on the lower side?
Well, I think the taillight is the number one issue with this case, because that's what they're saying is the murder weapon was her vehicle. So they,
as much as I love Nick, I would disagree with that. The number one issue is his injuries. The number one issue is his injuries.
They're basically the same story that they had before. Was when you look at her leaving John's driveway, her vehicle is not completely damaged, and it does not look like the same condition it is in when the Massachusetts State Police had it. So how did all of that red taillight come off after 5:08 in the morning if she allegedly hit John earlier that morning around 12:32, what the Commonwealth is saying? How did more red pieces get off? And the only way more red pieces could have gotten off that car from the time they took the vehicle in Dayton to the time they brought it back to Canton was someone had to have taken those pieces off and brought them over to the scene, because none of those pieces were found at 6:08 in the morning when the Canton PD was there in 2 inches of snow. They happened to find a clear piece of glass, but they couldn't find red pieces of taillight in the snow, only 2 inches. Those would have been sticking out of the snow. So it's very interesting that
Nick is 100% correct on that. Why the fuck didn't they find red pieces of taillight before the snowfall? A better question is, why the fuck didn't they look for it?
uh, 12 hours go by, 2 feet of snow comes down, then all of a sudden they find all these pieces of red taillight when they couldn't have found them earlier in the morning.
Kevin, let's talk about the drinking.
Joe, flip ahead.
We have all of these bottles and cups sitting in front of her. Clearly, they're bar hopping. That's not disputed. But do you think the prosecution leaned into the drinking enough? Or did they lean away from it because they wanted to go after that top charge of second-degree murder?
Yeah, I think they just meticulously and matter-of-factly proved it from 3 ways. You got the video surveillance showing her consuming.
I love how this dickhead is. I love how this dickhead is totally fucking he has nowhere else to go anymore, and he's on court TV going, I'm fucking retarded. He has there's nothing to say anymore. Stop it. Save some face, Plevin. Save some place and get off court TV and go to bed. Okay? I know that you've been dying of cancer for the last 20 years. I get it. But maybe recover from the cancer instead of worrying about this. You ever heard of that? I don't know. I don't know.
Consuming the drinks. You have the bar tab, and then you have the blood alcohol taken next morning when she was at the hospital, which they're able to scientifically extrapolate it backward and get an estimate as to what her blood alcohol was at the time of, say, around midnight. So I don't,
Stop it. That is the best comment ever. Stop it.
And that goes to if she's convicted just on the second charge, the OUI is absolutely critical, and it makes a huge difference in the sentencing. So, and I just want to mention quickly on the taillights. Nick's kind of changed the story that he's been going with for the last couple of years, and that the defense went with in their closing arguments last year when they showed a picture of the taillight in the driveway. They said, "So this is only cracked." Now, only in the last week, he suddenly changed to say, well, yes, it was missing pieces, but it looks a little different than it was what we saw in the Sally report. And as far as the pieces that weren't found in the snow, something that people have to understand is those pieces were found primarily inside a snowbank. So you had 2 feet of snow on top of a snowbank, and the state police described digging down 3 feet down. those pieces were not around John's body, and they never were going to be found by the Canton police because the Canton police never took a shovel to the crime scene.
Yeah, solo cups. Instead, Wayne Dennison, Kevin mentioned the video, the Sally Port, where the Lexus was, and we had that issue of it being inverted. That was this bombshell moment in the first trial. Is it going to change how things go in the second trial now that a lot of those issues have been aired out?
Well, in the first trial, that whole inversion thing was inexplicable. You couldn't come up with a reason why they would present it in the way they did. You're going to get a reason this time. You're going to get some explanation of why this was shown the way it was, and quite frankly, it's going to be shown in the manner in which it was supposed to be shown. I think it's still going to be controversial, given the notion that Trooper Proctor and others walked immediately behind the taillight.
Oh, Trooper Proctor. On that note, let's get to a break because we are going to be talking about the defense, and they are going to want to bring up a lot about
like exactly, Olivia. Olivia's like, those pieces weren't around John O'Keefe's body because they were planted later. Exactly. Let's just keep this shit fucking real, bro. Like the simplest fucking explanation. This is Occam's razor, okay? The simplest explanation is usually the correct one. And the simplest explanation is that the fucking shit was planted. That's it. It was planted, dude. Stop. I mean, this is fucking retarded, dude. Like, okay. All these taillight pieces. No, dude. No. The taillight pieces, the taillight pieces were planted. It's it. That's it. There's nothing, like there's no weird fucking complicated explanation. Just like the 2:27 a.m. search, there's no weird complicated explanation that these fucking bullshit experts come along and they're like, oh my God, okay, well, the 2:27 search, it looked like it happened because of this and this. No, it fucking happened. It happened. The 2:27 a.m. search fucking it's that simple. It's that simple. You can come up with all these bullshit explanations. No. We have relied on Celebrite in every true crime case that we have ever covered. Every single one. And now all of a sudden, Celebrite is unreliable in this case? No. Sorry. No.
Trooper Proctor, but who's going to call him? Our think tank is going to stay with us. When we come back, we're going to focus on the defense and their case in advocacy of Karen Read.
You see this first search that says hostile to die in cold?
I do.
What's that time?
You've got the, it's right over at 2:27
AM or PM?
a.m.
Ms. McCabe, you made that search at 2:27 a.m. because you knew that John O'Keefe was outside in your sister's lawn dying in the cold, didn't you?
Absolutely not. I did not make that search at that time. No.
Realized the next morning, after John was discovered, after 6 a.m., that you had an incriminating search on your phone, didn't you?
Absolutely not.
To cover your tracks, you searched it again in order to overwrite your...
I love how Alan Jackson is just not even hearing her fucking lies. He's like... He just moves on with the questioning. He doesn't give a fuck about her bullshit. He knows she's fucking lying.
The original search at 2:27, correct?
Again, absolutely not.
Long to die in the cold. Of course, that means how long to die in the cold. It's a Google search that got the ball rolling for the defense. It galvanized support for Karen Read and had everyone else wondering what exactly happened to John O'Keefe. Welcome back. I'm Julia Janae here for closing.
Okay, Court TV. sorry, but Turtle Boy's the reason why. Turtle Boy's the reason why. Period. Okay? And he's being railroaded, but you're not talking about that. Why? Interesting.
About the theory behind Karen Reed's defense. What can we expect in those opening statements that we now know we're going to begin next week on Tuesday? To help us answer that, let's bring back in our think tank, our Massachusetts insiders, Wayne Dennison, Joseph Krowski Jr., Nick Rocco, and Kevin Lenahan. Nick, let me start with you. What can we expect from the defense? Day one, opening statements. What do you think will be different that people can look for?
Well, first off, right off the rip, you have Alan Jackson doing the opening statements. I think he's going to make sure the jury understands what reasonable doubt is. In any portion of this case, if there is reasonable doubt, you have to find Karen Reed not guilty. And there are mountains of reasonable doubt in this case. One of the things you had mentioned was, they don't want to talk about Michael Proctor and the repercussions that he had. But all that's doing is hiding the truth from the jury. Same with the ARCA experts about who hired them. That's just hiding the truth from the jury. So I think one thing they're going to lay out to the jury is pay attention.
Listen, I got Kevin Keene in the chat right now. Kevin Keene has a dope podcast called It's a Hard Rock Life, and it's great. So make sure if you watch or listen to podcasts, make sure to listen to It's a Hard Rock Life.
To what is not being allowed in the sense of objections and so forth, because the defense is still going to put out the same case that they did. I'm hoping Hank Brennan doesn't object to as much stuff as Adam Lally did, because there's no reason to hide the truth. Let it all play out, and the jury will ultimately come to a decision at the end of this. But I don't see throughout this whole case the outcome being different than the first trial.
That Google search, Kevin, Hoslung to Diane Cole, Jennifer McCabe, if it happened at 240.
Okay, stop. What is this? Hold on. We are all ducking. We are the ducking socks. Hey, Will, Nurse Kim and Jimmy just challenged you and Melanie Little read off for the part of independent. Oh, you're talking about like reading the texts and shit? I'm down. If Melanie's down, I'm down. If Melanie's down, I'm down. Always. Because we killed that shit last time.
47, that's great for the defense. If it happened at 6 a.m., that's great for the prosecution. We have two experts who say differently for both sides. Have any of the jurors that have come out or talked about this case said that actually impacted them at all, or did they just discard it, or do we know?
I'm not aware of any, and I think the 227 search.
All right, shut up, Plevin. Hold on. So I'm doing this fundraiser on Easter, okay? So I just had the idea. Let's do it. Let's do the read-off. Let's do the read-off on Easter for the fundraiser. Melanie Little, homie, let's do it. Because I think we could take Nurse Kim and Auntie Deb. I think we could do it. I think we could take them. I believe in us, Melanie Little. I believe in us. Glamasuz, thank you so much. Let's make the read off a fundraiser. Exactly. See, you're on the same page. Let's do it on the fundraiser. Let's do the read off. I say, I say, let's do it. Easter, me, Melanie Little versus Auntie Deb and Nurse Kim. I'm in 100%. Let's do it.
Search now is basically like the snuffleupagus. It's just not real. It's been debunked by so many different angles. You don't have to be a tech expert to understand this. So Jen McCabe's version of the story was that Karen, while they were sitting on the cruiser and they were trying, the first responders were trying to revive John, her version is that Karen asked her to make a search to the effect of how long would it take someone to die in the cold. Well,
okay. So Plevin is about to explain why the 227 search didn't happen. I love this shit. I fucking love this shit.
We learned during the trial that Karen, after a half hour later, when she was on the ambulance, as she was being section 12'd, asked the paramedic more or less the same exact question, which fully corroborates Jen McCabe's version of the story. In addition, you just have the logic of the idea that Jen and Matt go home knowing that their friend is going to be killed, put out on the lawn.
So wait, you mean the person who Caitlin Albert is besties with? The EMT? That person? Plevin? Is that who you're talking about? That person? Okay.
After having been mauled by a dog and beat up, and they're just going to casually go home, tuck their 4 girls into bed, and then just make this. Jen is Googling her basketball coach, her daughter's basketball coach, and communicating with her. And by the way, she just.
Plevin sounds retarded. I love this shit. Listen to him. Listen to him. He's so fucking. He's so fucking balls on about explaining this, but is not explaining anything. I love it.
After having been mauled by a dog and beat up, and they're just going to casually go home, tuck their 4 girls into bed, and then just make this. Jen is Googling her basketball coach, her daughter's basketball coach, and communicating with her. And by the way, she just casually, oh, what time is my friend going to die? What time is this murder conspiracy that I am now complicit in by not going to the police?
Brad Blankenship's in the house. Love this motherfucker.
What's, it just doesn't make any logical sense. And I have a hard time respecting people that know all the evidence that believe in it, to be honest.
Well, let's talk about the retrial, Wayne. In terms of us going into this retrial.
Okay. Plevin, I'm going to double down on that statement. You see, you have a hard time respecting anybody that blah, 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 blah. Got it. Yeah. I have no respect for anybody who is even entertaining the idea that Karen Reed is guilty of this crime at this point. If you are entertaining the idea that Karen Reed is guilty, you're fucking stupid. Period. That's it. You're stupid.
Retrial, new prosecutor, different defense attorney giving the opening statement than the first time around. Typically speaking, when you have a retrial, who has the advantage and who do you think has the advantage going into this one?
I think the prosecution has the advantage going into this one. The various very effective.
Okay. This guy is fucking retarded because the prosecution does not have the advantage going into this. Even Bev. Like, I'm actually having a little bit of hope for Bev. I feel like it's gotten to the point to where Bev is like, okay, I can't hide this shit anymore. Like, this is fucking stupid. Okay? Like, Hank Brennan has been lying his ass off this entire time pre-trial. Lying his ass off. And Bev is like, okay, man. This is like, I'm starting to get that vibe from Bev. Like, she's like, okay, man, dude, stop. You're lying. Why is the prosecution lying? If Karen Reed is guilty, why are they lying? That's the question. Why lie? Why lie? If Karen Reed is guilty, why lie? There's no reason to lie. You have the evidence, right? Okay.
If cross-examinations will be much harder to do. My biggest issue with the prosecution witnesses in the last trial was the lack of preparedness. And I think every single one of these witnesses is going to be prepared. And I think the prosecution has a real advantage going forward in this case.
Joseph, you mentioned that perhaps the prosecution this time around won't front load their case with focusing on debunking the conspiracy, calling everyone who is inside of the house. Do you think they call Michael Proctor? Do they have to, or do they risk letting him be called in the defense case?
It's not a risk. They don't need to call him. They can prove the case. They can establish all of the elements of the charges without Michael Proctor. Michael Proctor typically was not alone. There was always one of his colleagues with a CPAC unit with him. And not only is it not a risk, it's an advantage, because if the defense then chooses to call Michael Proctor, the Commonwealth is able to, in a leading fashion, cross-examine.
I need this guy to quit farting when he's on court TV. Like, it's really, really embarrassing, dude. Like, the fact that you just keep farting is really weird. It's really weird. Stop.
Him, and it's a much cleaner and succinct way of getting information to the jury. So we're going to hear about Michael Proctor. If the Commonwealth doesn't call him, I presume that the defense will. But to go back to the question that you had asked, Wayne, you know, that was a fairly dramatic moment in the first trial. It never comes out the same in the second trial. Almost everyone's heard that cross-examination. Proctor will be more prepared for those questions. And it's going to be, the impact is going to be blunted. No doubt about it.
I am surprised to hear you say that you think the prosecution isn't taking a risk in not calling Michael Proctor, and the jury wondering why they may have been hiding such a controversial witness. But let's switch to another topic because we will have a lot of witnesses in this case, some that we have seen before. We know that Karen Reed arrived at 34 Fairview around the same time as one witness, Ryan Nagel, who was supposed to be there to pick up his sister from the Albert house. Now, Nagel was in a pickup truck with two friends. And he says that Karen Reed's SUV stopped in front of the Albert house.
Yo, can we fucking acknowledge the fact that they're using fucking microdots as shit? Can we fucking talk about how fucking dope microdots is, people? Microdots is amazing.
And then he parked behind her to wait for his sister. And this was for an extended period of time. Here at Court TV, we created a visual representation of what he described. According to Ryan's testimony, there were no cars between his and the SUV, the Lexus SUV that Karen Reed was driving. And Ryan didn't see anyone get out of the vehicle. He didn't see anyone out on the lawn. And he says Karen Reed was in the SUV alone. Listen for yourself.
When you stop in front of the driveway, about how far away from you?
Bro, I got to tell you guys, even though I think Ryan Nagel's a dickhead, whoever the fuck his barber is, I wish I could, like, when I'm in Boston, I go to his barber, but the problem is, like, it's his barber, and I'm scared that they would fuck up my hair. But man, fucking that shit is on point, dude. That shit, you could totally set your watch to that haircut, bro. It's amazing. Ryan Nagel's haircut is fucking amazing, bro. Look at that shit.
You is the black SUV that you saw.
Or a car length in front of me, a car length and a half in front of me.
And as you're sitting behind that, what, if anything, was in between the truck, Ricky's truck, and the black SUV in front?
There's nothing, sir.
And at any point in time that you were there in front of the house, did you observe anybody get out of that truck? I mean, get out of the SUV?
No, sir, I did not.
That's facts. That's what I'll do. Next time I'm in Boston, I'm going to James Jackson's fucking barber, bro. I gotta talk to homie. I gotta talk to homie.
All the taillights were intact.
To my acknowledgement, yes.
You noticed no damage on any of the taillights.
Not to my acknowledgement, no.
At any point, did you see that SUV reverse and hit a pedestrian?
Objection. Sir.
I'll allow that. You didn't see that, right?
I'll allow that.
I observed that there was a person inside the car with the interior light on.
And that would be sort of a dome light, is that right?
Correct, sir, yes.
Did you see where the dome light was, as far as in the left, right, or center of the vehicle?
I was in the center. It seemed like she was looking straight ahead with her hands at 10 and 2 on the steering wheel.
What I really need to do is, like, I need to get in contact with Turtle Boy's fucking barber, dude. Like, Turtle Boy's barber is on point too. Like, that dude, like, his shit is fucking lined up nice. It's hard to find a good barber, bro.
Well,
now, as far as the other, what, if anything else, did you see, or who, if anyone else, did you see within the interior of the vehicle at that time?
I only saw one person at the time.
If the taillight wasn't cracked, this means it was before the altercation.
Now, listen, I got my haircut, like, a little off subject. I got my haircut and I don't want to blast these guys because, you know, I don't know if they wanted me to or not. So, but I got my hair cut in Boston, and I ordered my Uber while, like, once I was done and shit, you know, and I ordered my Uber, and while I was waiting for my Uber, I was just like, hey, let me ask you guys something. Karen Reed, innocent or guilty? They were like, totally fucking innocent. Dude, the bar where I streamed from earlier yesterday, dude, like, the bartenders were like, she's totally innocent. The bartenders at the airport in Boston were like, she's totally innocent. She's totally innocent. The bartenders, like, I'm telling you, everyone fucking knows. If you have a brain, like, I'm trying to tell you, if you're fucking trying to entertain the idea that Karen Reed is guilty, you're fucking dumb. Stop it.
If you're not seeing John O'Keefe, then could that mean he was inside of the house? Kevin, how do you explain not only Ryan Nagel, but then the other two people inside of his vehicle, his girlfriend and his friend who testified, saying that they don't remember seeing or they did not see John O'Keefe, but Karen Reed was in that SUV?
Well, we have the GPS data from John's phone, which is truly very accurate. And it shows that the car actually only stopped, Karen's car, in front of the driveway for about maybe 10 or 15 seconds. It really wasn't there very long. And then it moves to the far end of the driveway, and John's phone reaches the last GPS position that it would ever reach. So Ryan Nagel is parked further back, seeing her parked about, I've measured it to be about 70 to 80 feet up. So they really weren't parked behind her for more than a few seconds. And then as they're driving away, you know, it's hard to really, we can't say what we're going. It's hard to address testimony about what something didn't see. You know, I mean, he's not paying attention. There's no.
Plevin, just give it up, dude. Just give it up, Plevin. You're fucking stupid. Stop it.
He has no reason to be paying attention to what's going on in that car, and all he remembers the next day or days later when he talks about it is a vague memory of seeing Karen sitting in the passenger seat. Now, I think there's a good chance that as they were driving away, that's when John had just got out of the car. But we can't know for sure at this point. Or we might know more from the vehicle data.
Nick, why do we believe, in terms of the defense, why do we believe these three people and not all of the other people who the defense says they're involved in the conspiracy, they all conspired together? Why not these three as well?
Well, one of the things that they said, which is very important, all three of them said that they did not see John O'Keefe on the lawn, nor did they see John in the vehicle. No witness that came out of the house saw John on the lawn. Nobody places John O'Keefe on the lawn except Julie Nagel 6 months later said that she sees a black blob. Then during trial says that she sees a 6-foot black object on the lawn. So nobody saw John O'Keefe on the lawn. And I know, you know, people say, oh, well, you can't, if you're not looking for it, you're not going to see it. But when you're backing out of that driveway, it's not like you're speeding by 32 miles per hour. You're driving by very slowly. Ryan Nagel said he's looking back to make sure his sister gets back in the house, so he has a clear view into the car. All three of them have a clear view into the car. They see only one person in the vehicle. So if he's not in the vehicle and he's not on the...
No, Nick is 100% correct. Listen up.
Into the car, they see only one person in the vehicle. So if he's not in the vehicle and he's not on the lawn, there really is only one place he could be, and it would be inside the house.
That's the allegation of the defense. We're going to see the prosecution and the defense on display on.
That's Ryan Nagel's own statement. That's Ryan Nagel's own statement. Okay. According to Ryan Nagel, there was absolutely John O'Keefe was not in Karen Reed's vehicle, and he was not on the lawn. So where the fuck else could he be? That's Ryan Nagel's own statement. That's Julie Nagel's brother, his own statement, his own testimony. And what's funny is he's the only honest person. And it's, you know why I feel like Ryan Nagel is honest? Because he fucking hates Turtle Boy. He fucking hates him. He fucking hates him. We saw footage of Ryan Nagel pretty much getting his brother out of a jam because Sam Nagel's fucking retarded. He's an idiot. And he was touching Meredith. It was really weird that he was touching Meredith like he was. And then Ryan Nagel bails him out because he thinks that Turtle Boy might actually, do something. And I don't blame him. But man, dude, every time I look at that footage, I'm like, dude, I don't know how Turtle Boy didn't fucking wreck that kid. I don't know how he didn't do it. I don't know how you didn't just grab him by his fucking throat and slam his fucking head into the ground. I don't know how he didn't do that. It's amazing to me that Turtle Boy resisted to do that. It's amazing to me.
On Tuesday for those opening statements, Court TV will be inside of that courtroom with our cameras and our own Matt Johnson. Thank you so much to the think tank for being here on this Tuesday evening.
No. Look, listen, I'm not criticizing Turtle Boy for that at all. Like, he has strength that I wouldn't have. That's what I'm trying to point out is Aiden has strength that I don't have. Like, strength to fucking keep your shit together and prove that these people are fucking shitty, Like, because I would have fucking grabbed that dude by his fucking throat and fucking slammed his fucking face into the ground. I would have absolutely done that. I would have absolutely done that. I wouldn't have had the strength. And Ryan Nagel knew that. Ryan Nagel fucking knew that. That's why he bailed his brother out of that situation.
Evening to talk about this case. Wayne Dennison, Joseph Krosky Jr., Nick Rocco, and Kevin Lenahan. We are going to take our break, but when we come back, we'll reveal something else you need to know, plus coming up in the next hour on VPI.
Prosecutors say Lori Vallow Daybell conspired with her brother Alex Cox to kill her fourth husband, Charles Vallow. His death.
That slaughter worked on Court TV.
Okay. I think it's. All right. So I'm going to keep this one kind of short. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and everything. But I am going to keep this one kind of short. But I got to tell you guys, a very, very dear friend of mine, Annie Elise, who you might know, she has a channel called 10 to Life, and she has a podcast called Seriously. And she is going to be covering this. She is all in. And we will be collaborating moving forward throughout the trial. And I'm really excited about it. And you guys, so let's take a look at Annie's new contribution to this.
I'm a cop. Of course I'm going to help you during this investigation. Well, no, actually, I don't have that phone anymore. I actually snapped the SIM card and broke the phone and then put it inside a trash bag, drove to a military base, and put it in the dumpster. But talk to my friend Jen. She's more than happy to help. Why did I Google how long to die in the cold at 2:27 a.m. when he wasn't found until after 6 a.m.? Well, no, actually, I made that search after 6 a.m. It just was from a 2 a.m. window. If I made the search after 6 and have nothing to hide, why did I delete the search from my phone? I don't know. Go talk to our friend Brian Albert. He's the one who owns the home where we were all hanging out that night. Weird dog bite. Yeah, of course. Go check out my dog. Wait, we actually rehomed him 3 months after the death. Our beloved family pet. Yeah, I'm a first responder. Why didn't I come out that morning without a commotion?
So if you think Karen Reed is guilty, rehome yourself.
And a body on my lawn? Well, I'm just a hard sleeper. Well, no, I don't sleep deep when I'm butt dialing in the middle of the night. Talk to our friend, the lead investigator, Proctor. Yeah, I got Karen's phone. I was going through it for evidence. Well, yeah, while I was looking for evidence, I also was looking for nude. Did I call her a see you next Tuesday? Well, yeah. Yep, whack job, and also said that she should take her own life. Talk to our friend Colin Albert. Yep, I was at 34 Fairview the night of that party. My knuckles? Well, no, I wasn't in a fight. Even though they're all bloody, I fell on the ice. Talk to my uncle, Brian Albert. He owns the home. He can tell you everything. Well, yes, I wanted to replace the flooring in the basement, even though we replaced it 3 years earlier, because It just needed to be replaced. Yes, we sold our home under asking, but no, we have nothing to hide. Talk to the actual investigators. They'll tell you everything about that morning. Protecting evidence to make sure that it doesn't get contaminated. Well, no, we actually used red Solo cups and Stop and Shop bags to collect the evidence. Is that not right? Did we go inside of the house where the body was found on the front lawn? No. Why? Next question. Yes, we did find pieces of taillight, but not in the morning when we used the leaf blower to move the snow, and we did find clear cocktail glass, but no red glass. It was after we actually brought Karen's car in for evidence. Then we found the taillight pieces, hours later. Snowplow driver didn't see his body that morning? That's weird. People who left the party after Karen also didn't see his body? That's bizarre. None of us have anything to hide.
Yeah. 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 In a nutshell, that's it. In a nutshell. So, guys, this trial that shouldn't be happening, I'm going to be covering it. Annie Elise is going to be covering it. We're going to be collaborating on it, and I'm really excited about it. And we're about to bring millions of eyes on this shit, because millions of eyes need to see this shit. Period. But I mean, like,
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
I think we got a super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat. Super cat. Super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat.
how dare Stacy, thank you so much. Hey, Will, Nurse Kim is over the moon and said, you better bring your A card. She is hyper. Her reaction was priceless, and she's over the moon for a challenge with you. I love that. Yes. I'm stoked. Yes. Because, dude, let me tell you something. If y'all aren't fucking subscribed to Nurse Kim, like, you're fucking stupid too. Like, you need to subscribe to Nurse Kim. Subscribe to Nurse Kim right now. Because she's amazing, and she brings a lot of the medical stuff as far as understanding this goes. And she's amazing, and she's really cool, and she's really funny, and she's one of my favorite people in the world. And Jimmy, Auntie Deb, also one of my favorite people in the world. One of my most favorite people. I love them so much. And so it's on. I guess, like I said, as long as Melanie Little is in on it, I'm down. I'm so down. Let's do the read off. It's happening. It's happening. Okay? It's happening. Now, again, I don't know. I have to get confirmation from Miss Melanie Little, attorney Melanie Little herself, because we did read the texts together on this stream on here, and it was great. But I would love to do that again and outdo Jimmy and Nurse Kim. Yeah. Fuck yeah. I love it. Nan is around, dude. Nan is around. She's jumping on other channels and stuff like that. Like, I know that I said that I wasn't gonna have any more guests because I want to just kind of fly solo, but I will have guests for the fundraiser. Okay, I will. So I will have guests for the fundraiser. I have not put that together yet, and I will, but yeah. Anyway, you guys are absolutely amazing, and I appreciate you guys so much. And I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. But I love you guys so much. You guys are absolutely fantastic. And thank you guys for hanging out with me. And if you're new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. If you're longtime subscribers or new subscribers, please hit the like. It means the world to me if you do. And And thank you guys for all the support. It means the world to me as well. You guys are absolutely dope as fuck. You're amazing. And thank you guys so much. We got a lot of justice to make happen, folks. So stay tuned. I love you guys very much. And we will do this again very soon, my friends.